TLEV fans, let me hear ya howl!
You're tuned in to the TLEV show on Classical FM, a scholarly news debate with your colleagues.
Oh, come on, man, it's the fun stuff, the nerd news. So grab a popcorn and a soda, crank your stereo to the max, and get ready to enjoy the most tubular show on the radio.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the TLEV show. I know it's been a while since we've gone live over here on the TLEV media channel, but you probably have caught a couple of lives going on over on the Hotline channel, but we are here this week because we've got a lot to talk about. We have Halloween Horror Nights 2025 review to go over. We have stuff already going on for Halloween Horror Nights 2026 to talk about. And then, of course, our final rankings of all of the houses for 2025. But I cannot do it alone. Ladies and gentlemen, today, of course, I have Nico from the Entertainment Connection here. And I also have John from the Hotline. Gents, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
I miss Halloween, man. I miss it. What the hell, man?
Exactly. John, new location, eh? New location today.
Yes. This is the top secret location that John Murdy's always talking about. So I'm sorry I can't say where it's at, but
yes,
I'm there.
That is very
John's right behind that door, waiting.
Oh, he's working on 2026 already, eh?
Yeah, he is.
He's typing away. But it's good to see that we have Dank Slayer. You are back. Welcome back. Scarlett, you are back. What's up? We got a lot to talk about. Ooh, let's see. I can't say that name, but it's Rick Kaisa Psycho. There we go. Yeah, it's good to see you guys again. It's good to be back with the boys to go live because, guys, we have a bit to talk about for HHN 2025 in review. Now, before we get into the tweets to talk about some of the things that went on for HHN 2025, I want to start with how do you guys feel about Halloween Horror Nights 2025?
It was a very good and strong year. I really enjoyed it. I think this was one of the stronger lineups since I would say 2016 for me personally.
Yeah, this was probably easily the most I've gone to Horror Nights Hollywood in many years. Like, I think 2019 probably takes the cake for me going the most. But this year, I don't know, man. Something about the vibes were like, it's been an improvement. The lineup is fun. We got to hang out a lot there, which is really awesome. But yeah, truly, it was the most I've gone. Like the past couple of years, I kind of made it a point to avoid HHN Hollywood. Like I maybe went, I think I went 3 times last season because I was just like, what the heck's the point? But yeah, man, not bad at all. I think we're heading in a good direction here. And I think pretty soon here, if we continue in this direction, I mean, 2019 was the best year for me. This is like pretty close, man.
So to look a little bit of what Murdy has to say about, this year and stuff like that. All right. He talked about he just finished the most successful Halloween Horror Nights in the event's history. Where are you going to go? Went straight back to Universal Studios. And then also somebody asked, more successful than 2016's lineup? Murdy responded, most successful ever in all regards. And I honestly think, like, with the crowd, like, we could easily tell with the wait times for majority of the mazes, like, we barely saw anything go under 45 minutes, like, every night. Like, Wednesday's night now is like, that does not mean that it won't be crowded. Like, every single night this year particularly was so crowded. So, I mean, 2016 was such a strong year, but, like, I don't know. I really hope that with all the money that they made this year for 2025, we're going to see it go back into the event. I really, really hope so. We also have Scarlett agreeing 2019 was a big year. What was going on in 2019 again? Was that the Ghostbusters?
And Ghostbusters, Us, Pandora's
Show.
Box, Creep Show, 10 houses. We had 10 houses. It hasn't, I mean, technically 9, The Walking Dead, argument can be made that we've seen that a million times, but still 10 house lineup, no Terror Tram. And you know what? I think it was better for it.
And we'll talk about that a little bit too. We will talk about that a little bit too. We also had a bit of the house ranking going on beforehand too. We saw that we got a house of the year, which in my opinion was a bit surprising. We had Junior ask Murdy, is Terrifier house of the year? And John Murdy responded, yeah, just barely beating out Monstros 3. Now, when I saw that it, like, Monstros 3 was also considered, like, in that second place spot, I was really, really surprised by that. I mean, Jeff, what are we feeling? Terrifier house of the year, Monster 3 second place. What are we thinking? What are we feeling here?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of talk. I don't think that's real at all, to be honest. This is no disrespect to the people who built the houses, the scare actors and all that. But when you have an incredible house like Five Nights at Freddy's and just like other houses besides those two, I think there were some stronger than those two, for sure, in my opinion.
I agree, Nico. I mean, the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's probably consistently had the longest waits. I mean, they had to start opening that house up at, an hour before even early entry started. You tell me that that's not house of the year? And listen, I mean, we'll get into it later, but to me, it, not just because Terrifier isn't my favorite IP, but as a house itself, didn't do a lot for me. It really didn't. So it's very surprising. I'm not surprised about Monstros because, like, I mean, if you're looking for scares, you're going to get them there. And plus La Llorona, you can't deny the draw of La Llorona. But yeah, very surprising. Very surprising.
And I'm seeing Alex also bringing up WWE house definitely went underrated.
It's true.
I can agree with that a little bit. Like the fact, like we also had here that, a little bit deeper. You voted Terrifier as your favorite house of HHN 2025 in Hollywood. I'll let you know in a little secret. Monsters 3 almost beat it. They were neck and neck for most of the event. That's pretty amazing for an original house. So huge props to the cast and all our scare actors, which, of course, huge prop to all the scare actors. But then we had RexCon ask, where does Wyatt 6 rank? And he said it did really well, middle of the pack, but all the houses did better than the year before. So Wyatt 6 ended up in the middle of the pack, which is, it's all right. It's all right. I thought, man, I was like, no, that's top 3. That is going to be up there for sure. Now I'm putting a theory out there, gents. All right. With Monstros 3. Okay. I think it's kind of leaving a little bit of some little crumbs on the ground for a future announcement of maybe like, you guys really liked Monstros 3. So here we go. Let's run it back.
I hope not, man. Please give it a break. Give it a break.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was like when we had Walking Dead throughout all those years. Let it go. Please.
Or at the very least, give us one monster. Just one. I don't want 7 in one house. I don't need cameos from everybody and their mother. Just give me one. One monstro. Let them really tell a story there, because there's potential.
I agree.
There's potential.
Yeah. With El Cucuy back in the day, La Llorona, when she had her own house by itself. I mean, I agree. Let's stick with a monster having its one house. We also had Eric Patterson saying Jason was number one for me. And that too, it's like that one wasn't even, I would see that as number two. Like, we'll get into our maze rankings later, but like, yeah. Alex Portillo, you did say FNAF was more fan service rather than a maze. I think that is a little fair. That's fair there, we'll get deeper dives into each house later on, but I could see what you mean by that. Yeah, I could see. Moving on a little bit, we also had over here. I've been going to Halloween Horror Nights, or just Universal Studios, since 2017. I never heard of people getting tired of the studio tour. I do know everyone's over the Blumhouse Terror Tram, but the tour itself, I love it. I use it as a breaking during the summer. John Murray responded, except it rated higher than last year, which was a huge increase from the year before. The last two have been the highest rated in years. So, talking on the Blum Tram.
I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. Like,
who are they asking? John Murray?
Yeah, like maybe more people were taking surveys to.
Number wise, because there's more going to the event, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, like, last year was a pretty dull year, but there's some things I don't see beating some houses from last year. Yeah. But I don't buy it. I just think more people we're doing surveys this year to show their appreciation for the lineup.
Right.
And that's why this year was higher rated than last year, quote unquote.
To add on to that, Nico, I mean, people like the people who were asking with like the little iPads for the surveys and stuff like that, they were all over the place. Like, they were right when you scanned in, they were like, hey, would you like to do a survey? Or even when you're exiting, hey, would you like to do a survey? Some of them were even by, the ET parking structure, like when you're heading that way, asking if you wanted to do a survey. So I think there was a huge push this year for surveys to be done, which is why we could probably see a bit of a change. John, what do you think with the whole Blum Tram?
I mean, I'll give them this much. I will give them this much. This year was definitely better than last year. I think they did a lot more with it. I love the fact that, like, you can actually get scared. But Rob is right. I want to see the stats. Like, I want to see the numbers. Show me the name on top. It better not be Mon Jerdy. Like, I got to see the names. And I want to see who said that these are the highest rated. Because, like, listen, just anecdotally from going to the parks as much as I did, I would say that they're probably tied in number of attendance, because for the first 2 hours of the event, maybe arguably the first 3 hours of the event, the Terror Tram lines were so low. So I'm like, okay, is the bar in hell though? And so that's why you're like, oh, these are the best years.
Yeah, exactly. Scarlett says the best. Who asked for Blum Tram? I do want to give the flowers a little bit to this year's Blum Tram compared to last year. There was not significant changes, but it was fun. I liked what
I would call it significant. I would call it
you
significant.
Think so?
Yeah, I would call it pretty significant.
I really liked what they did with Insidious. I like that they had the doors and really using Bates Motel more than just like the walls set up. So I did like that. But I agree with Jake. Larry Larva better than Blumhouse. I would take Larry Larva any day. I love Larry Larva. But yeah, I mean, let's see. I honestly like the Terror Tram, and I do like the different changes they are doing each year for it. It's like this year has felt like a mini maze halfway through. Yeah, I mean, that was true. Like the addition of that little was Exorcist Believer stuff. Yes, keep doing that. I think that is something that is super successful. Yes, I agree. Keep doing that. All right. time to move on a little bit to the future. What? Already? Halloween Horror Nights 2026? Huh? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Halloween Horror Nights 2026 may be a while from now, but work on Halloween Horror Nights 2026 has begun, and we are starting to get little informations. Now, we don't have the speculation maps just yet. No speculation maps, but it's never too early to speculate. It's never too early to look deep into John Murdy's tweets and really see if he's telling the truth or not, and go in deep with it. So it is time to talk 2026. Gents, are you ready? Are you ready to do this? I can see Scarlett is ready. I'm
ready.
I'm ready. Born
speculation.
ready.
Speculation is like my favorite thing, man. Because why the hell not? All right, I'm sad. I need a fix. Okay, let me talk about the event.
It begins. All right. So starting off from John Murdy, FYI, just finished the treatment for house number 3 for Halloween Horror Nights 2026 at Universal Studios Hollywood. Came to a stout 110 pages. Trying to do some things in this house we've never done before. Will be interesting to see how it turns out. So, not a lot of information coming out with IPs or what kind of thing he's working on, if it's original. However, they're trying something new. Now, what do you guys think would be something new for a Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood house?
Nothing. Something they haven't
Paint,
used.
maybe paint, like actual paint, like that. That would be new. Wow.
Wow.
I honestly don't know. I think when John Murdy gets a new scare, it's all we see for the next couple of years. So maybe some more puppetry, maybe I don't know. There's really nothing that we haven't seen at Horror Nights that would really wow me. I think the last thing that actually wowed me was the sinister scare in the Horrors of Blumhouse.
What was it, Nico? Remind me.
So it's when you're walking through the living room and there's the projection screen, and then the Babagool, what's his name?
Babu Freak.
It's Bagul, right?
Bagul. Yeah.
Bubba Gump's Bagul just pops his head out of the screen, and that was one of the most terrifying moments ever for me in a Halloween Horror Nights house. But then we saw it 5 million other times. After that, and it just got
the screens really are the go-to now for sure. Yeah, I agree.
I think Albert's onto something. I think Albert and Rob, they're onto something. The stunts, we've never really seen stunts in Hollywood. We see them all the time in Orlando. They're out in Horrors Unleashed now as well. Actually, I take that back. They don't have stunts in Unleashed. My bad. No, but they do feature them a lot in Orlando. Yeah, so that could be pretty cool, man.
I do remember when they did for the Bride of Frankenstein was the like one of Dracula's, was it not his daughter, whatever. It's one of the brides. Was she on a bungee cord, or did she fly in? Like the one, there's like a scene where she's like kind of, if anyone's been to Orlando's, you can help me on this one. There's like literally a wall and you go to Orlando's. And either they like bungee jump towards you or they flew towards you. I cannot remember exactly which one it was, but that is something like we've seen it at Knott's. Like Scary Farm has that at multiple times, the bungee jump scare.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that is something that would be super successful in general for Horror Nights. Now what could they be using that for? Like, I'm trying to think, like IP wise, like maybe if they had, I don't even know what would be needed of a, We're gonna have Cupcake now on bungee jumps. That's what we're gonna have for FNAF 2. Cupcake is gonna be on a bungee jumping over. That's what it'd be.
But they have to
There
hit
you
the
go.
square perfectly to get the scare out.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, I like this one from Alex. They should be doing something like Knots does, is where it feels like you come alive, kind of like the flashlight mates and Knots or moving boats. I believe that was there also. I mean, the flashlights for Zoo Lights Out, that is a thing that I thought would have been super successful with Five Nights at Freddy's if you gave everybody a little flashlight to go through. But yeah, I mean, I also just claustrophobic walls. I know Horror Nights, I don't think has ever really done that before.
No, it's a very straightforward maze. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just going around, you know. So
I guess you could say anything, really. Anything would break the mold for them. That's not a scare square. That's not a black wall. That's, you know, not just the usual platform scare that we get. So
exactly. Yeah. Ooh, I like this. The water scare, like that they did in was that Beijing or Shanghai?
Oh, sure.
Oh man, that would be nuts. That would for sure be nuts. Albert's talking about bungee jump for the Lost Boys. I mean, yeah, anything with vampires could totally work out.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty easy. Moving on. We have this right here. What was the weirdest thing you had to research for this treatment? The scent of a certain tree. So in the past, I feel like for trees in general, like for Horror Nights, like the smells have always been, you know, alpine or just like, you know, or pine in general for like the Christmas scenes, like for Krampus, like there was something going on there. Like I guess for Jason, did they really use any scent like tree smells in Jason this year?
Not much.
Not much
that I remember.
But a certain tree smell. What trees have like some pretty strong smells?
Oh, I can think of one right away, and it's not a great smell, man. It is not.
No.
I mean, I think if you know, you know. I'm not even going to describe it.
I think I know.
I think you know. And it's a smell that is very strong and really gross. Yeah, I hope it's not that. Because,
if you live in SoCal and you're able to go to Disneyland, go to Tom Sawyer's Island, because I think that tree is on the island. And whenever
you have the right idea, Nico.
Tree, like, ah!
You don't want that smell, brother. You don't want that. They had one also at Horror Made Here outside of the little church for the the experience. But oh god, you're waiting in line and just getting the smell of that tree. Blech. No, I hope it's not that. I hope it's not that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Digging deep for a smell of a certain tree. Albert's saying a Joshua tree, so maybe going towards the desert more. Maybe.
Okay.
We have Dankslayer. Ooh, I like this idea. Something maybe Little Shops of Horror because of the plant tree monster.
Sure.
That would be cool if those have a certain smell. Yeah, maybe some kind of greenhouse scene is needed for an IP or an original that is being done. But the scent of a certain tree, I don't think you need to be looking at the smell of a pine tree. Like they've used that so many freaking times. Like there's no need for that. But then moving on a little bit. Oh, this one hurts my soul a little bit. This one, is it going to be in the New York backlot? Right. Oh, gents, I don't think this next year is going to be the year. As Murdy responds with a bit of a gif with the man crying. So I know we get our hopes up every single year that the backlot would come back. And I know we always freaking talk about it because the backlot is something of its own. It is iconic for sure. But I don't know, guys. I don't think we're getting it. It doesn't seem like it, unfortunately. Honestly, I feel like where the houses are this year or what we just had, I think that's becoming more of a permanent stay per se. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Man, like HHN is not the same without the back lot,
Yeah.
like New York Street and all that. It you could go back there and spend the whole night back there and have it's its own little event.
Yeah.
And Wyatt Six with their line, that was an absolute nightmare for the
Oh
general queue.
God.
Yeah.
Then using like Transformers for Five Nights at Freddy's was weird, like a weird crossover.
I feel like that soundstage, particularly because it's connected to Transformers, like that is like a certainty that we will always get that, because unless if they ever take down that building or have to convert the ride, like that's the only way I would see that soundstage not being used. But
Scarecrow was a stinky winky area this year.
You don't like T-Pad, bro? You don't like T-Pad?
Not the caca smell. I like T-Pad, but not that.
Dude, that was
right. Stinky winky. I'm not talking about the location being stinky winky. I'm talking about the smell.
The air around it.
Yeah. Give us back. Take out Terror Tram. Give us those two mazes in the tram lot area.
Yeah. No, I agree. But dude, I don't know what was going on. If there was like some kind of sewer issues, but like it was horrendous.
Caca Central.
Bad. What about, H lot? Is that a permanent? Y'all think that's permanent?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think so. That's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Hate that location.
The walk is
I think it's more possible that we see the soundstage that they used for, I think it was soundstage 12 that they used for Exorcist Believer make a comeback. I've said it a couple of times before, but all those sound stages down there where Exorcist Believer was next to the T-pad, those would be the perfect Orlando-like setup where you can use some sound stages for Q, other sound stages for the house. That could be HHN down there by itself. Like they could 100%. Make that the new Metro set. But it's funny too, because like we've talked about it on the Hotline. I mean, we chatted that like Hollywood is in this weird state of flux right now, where there wasn't for a while there wasn't a ton of production in California. It's starting to come back a little bit, but I don't know if it's enough to really warrant them not allowing HHN in the lower lot. But I guess it is. So the chances for me, the chances of that happening just get lower and lower each year that it doesn't happen. Because if it was going to happen at any time, it would have been like this year or next year. And if we don't get it next year, they ain't ever giving us that back, man. And it sucks.
I know. I agree. I think it's something that it's going to die in the past. And like Rob says, I'm going to be 82 talking to the younger people about houses in the back lot. They'd be like, okay, old man, sure they had houses back there. Rob.
Okay, grandpa.
Yeah, Rob. The problem is when we're all by that age, they're not going to be using the back lot anymore. Horror Nights is going to be, I don't know, virtual by that point. Who knows, man? Shit.
Ew, don't know. Please.
VR HHN for the win, dude. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be something we ever see. I mean, I'm going to keep my little hopes for sure, but this year, no. Or 2026, probably not. There's a lot of filming, like Jumanji's filming back there right now.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the sound stages are being used for shows right now. So it's busy, man. It's busy once again.
And even if it's like 2 solid mazes in H lot, that's not enough for me to like. I think about it all the time. Like years past, I'm like, well, Terrifier was fun. Do I want to walk all the way back there for Terrifier again? Nah. Because I'm literally just going back there to do the 2 mazes and then coming back. There's nothing back there to keep me in that area, unlike
there's no
New York
vibe.
Street.
There's no
right.
vibe.
And I just bummed that we're always going to be limited to the space that we have here in Hollywood. Obviously, Orlando has just so much room. And also, like, the tents can only be a certain size. It sucks. It sucks because, there's great potential to be had. I think we're just so limited by the size of our park. So, it's going to be what it's going to be, unfortunately.
For the time being, once that, rumored park expansion happens, I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. Moving on a little bit. All right, here we go. A bit of a confirmation, actually. Jackson asks, John Murdy, will Slash score a house for this year? He said, I would think so. He's done one every year since 2018. So what does Slash want to work on this time? So we all know by now that the big reason Scarecrow. Okay, well, this is what I heard from Murdy's mouth, but at the same time, who knows if it's the truth. But the reason that Scarecrow did come back this year was the main reason was because of Slash. There was one night where Slash was hanging out with Murdy in the park and they were talking, and he was like, hey, what if we brought that Scarecrow maze back and I made music for it? And he was like, all right, let's do it. And so if Slash has that much pull of like being able to bring something back, do we think that we're going to get a house that we've seen before, a redo with a returning house with music by Slash?
Yeah, that's the 110 pages he just wrote in the last week.
Oh, there we go. It's just a copy and paste situation. That's it. Or is it a Universal Monsters? Or is it something brand spanking new? What do you think, gents?
I mean, I know that I would hope that it's Universal Monsters. It felt weird not having them this year. The year without a monster. 2025. We're always going to remember it that way. I hope that we get something back, monsters related. If not, then fuck it. The horrors of Slash. Let's see it, man.
The horrors of Slash.
I want to see what's under that hat. Let me see what's under that hat, dude.
Yes, I want to walk through the hat. If we don't walk through the hat, then I don't want it, man. I don't want it.
That'd be cool. Like, I know Alice Cooper wanted to do like a 3-part maze, or John Murdy wanted to do a 3-part maze. So it'd be cool if Alice Cooper and Slash worked together to bring that final chapter to the event. We still haven't seen a standalone Dracula house, a standalone Wolfman house.
That's true.
Hell,
a standalone Frankenstein house. We really haven't had the monsters have his own house. You're right, Nico. You're totally right.
So I think that would be super cool. But I would also like to see like All Hallows Evil have its own house. Spirits and Demons of the East.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of potential. Even like the ghosts, like the Chainsaw Ghosts. I think if they made like a haunted house type house with music by Slash, I think that'd be pretty sick.
Sure.
There you go. No, he's making the music for the Brujas, okay?
That's there we go. Holidays in Hell, Chapter 3.
Yeah. Well, you know what Jake is saying? Holidays in Hell.
Oh, no, please.
It
was a joke. It was a joke.
I wouldn't be surprised, guys. At this rate, I would not be surprised if that was the big change that they're going to do.
Poor figure. Like, he had his music for the first Holidays in Hell, taken off for the second time around. And then if Slash comes in and does the music for that is messed up. But here, I like this one right here. Slash should ask Murdy for the backlog back. You know what? If he has that kind of pull, I agree. We need to see that happen. That's exactly what we need.
We need to message everybody, every celebrity that visited Horror Nights. Just go to the Horror Nights page and press on the tag button for all the celebrities.
For sure.
Ask for the backlog back, please.
We'll start a campaign. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. AJ saying a return of Clowns 3D. Now, I'd be cool with Clowns 3D coming back because it's been a very long time since we've seen Clowns 3D.
Now, I'll take that over Poltergeist.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, I know we've seen Clowns a lot recently, but I mean, as we're known for kind of reusing things, well, you can easily move the iconic clowns that we saw this year, give them a house. I think that would be really cool.
Sure.
Something that could totally work out.
Yeah. Even with this year, it was very clown heavy. It would have been cool just to have Clowns 3D back in H-Lot across the way from Terrifier.
Yeah,
and then it could have been like a little circus carnival area with Clowns 3D and Terrifier, but we didn't get that. We got what we got.
Yeah. And also get ready for Slash album version 3. Yeah, because they have to put like the music for Scarecrow on something now. So
that's true.
Yeah, we are
the king of crows.
Albert. Oh my god, the king of crows, the king of crows. So this one is a little interesting too. So this also goes back. So this was talking about I don't have the top part, but this was talking about the JWQ. This guy asked, is it very likely that it will be used again for this upcoming season? Murray responded, yes. Jackson asked a house location, and he said, what else? So again, a bit of a confirmation. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Snippy, Johnny. All right.
Hey, God. So a bit of a confirmation again. And I was excited that the Jurassic World Q and JPQ was coming in. But what's really messing it up, and I know you guys would probably agree on this, is that dang concrete wall that is right there for, what is that? Is that I think that's one of the ADA pickup spots, right? For like the vans or whatever. And that's kind of why there's that wall. Is that not one of the areas? I think it is, no?
You're not talking about the new retainer wall, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That big concrete wall on the opposite side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Hence
ADA
the reason
pickup.
for the wall. Yeah. Dude, that thing ruins that poor facade in that area, in my opinion. That concrete wall. Oh.
Yeah. Jurassic World Wyatt 6 was great, but with that wall, honestly, the walk up to the maze did not feel the same. It didn't have that magic.
No, it didn't. It was like, because you barely see the facade. And I feel like, like, I guess the cool thing is like with the Wyatt 6 facade is like we could kind of really focus on Bray Wyatt's like chair and stuff like that. But the problem is that's all we could really see. Like everything else, like you could never get you couldn't step back and like really admire the facade for what it was, So I was excited that the JP or Jurassic World Q was being brought back. But I don't know, man. Like not being able to see the entire facade is like, I don't know. It gives a little bit of a sour taste, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I mean that's one of the fun things is walking up to a space and just seeing like a facade sticking out. So I mean, unless they build something like super tall or I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be kind of a buzzkill. And then like you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Chat help me out here too, but I don't think they ever played like the Wyatt 6 videos in the Jurassic Q. Nope. They have all those TVs around, and I'm like, brother, why am I looking at Bryce Dallas Howard and fucking Chris Pratt right now? Like, what? Why am I looking at them and not at Uncle Howdy? Like, what is this, man?
Yeah, that was a bummer. And then when it was playing on the retaining wall, you couldn't even see it because it was so bright. No, because
it was it was so dim, dude. Like, what happened, everyone? Come on. Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a huge miss, and it's unfortunate that like that area now has that concrete wall. And yeah, dude, like it really leaves a sour taste for sure. Now this is interesting. This is very interesting. So Adam asked, Art the Clown roaming made 2025 so special. Any possibility of other roaming characters in the future? John Murdy responded, I think he's kind of tailor-made for it. It was an experiment I wanted to do, and it obviously worked. So I have to see what else might. I don't think just any character would have the same impact. So right away, like, what's coming to mind for you guys? Does this have to be a huge icon to be a,
Yeah.
I don't know, fan favorite roaming character again?
I think it has to be an icon with a big personality.
Mm.
I know on the Hotline live stream, I think you brought it up, Mystery, for
Mhm.
Pinhead, if that's
Yeah,
one of the rumors to be
Oh,
walking around.
sure.
But I just
right.
don't think he'll have that same energy for the people to care and interact with him, in my
Mm,
opinion.
Sure.
It would have to be a big personality like Freddy Krueger walking around, maybe in different outfits.
yeah.
And yeah, so that's honestly the
What
obvious.
what if the Grabber was walking around?
I mean, they kind of
Kinda
did that,
do.
right? They had him outside
Yeah,
of the DreamWorks theater, and he was a huge hit. People loved him out there. Like the poor
Yeah.
dude at
yeah,
times could barely even walk, man, because like there were so many people around him trying to get
yeah.
photos with him and everything. I think it could work. I mean,
So
imagine one year we have Scream, and now
mhm.
it's Ghostface appearing just in random spots around the park. I don't think you have to interact like Art
Mm,
the Clown to make it interesting because like just think about Ghostface ominously looking at you while you're, eating food or something or shopping in the
right.
stores. Or even, Hollywood Harry, I think could work if you have him kind of walking around
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
and,
yeah.
interacting with people too. I think it's set the precedent for something that's really fun. And I think they should capitalize it on, I don't think they have to overthink it. Just put him out there. People are going to
Oh,
want to see him,
100%.
whoever it is. People are going to want to take photos with them.
100%.
I mean, look at Edgar Allan Crow. I mean, he became
Yeah.
an icon for our event just from
Very
simply
true.
being there.
Yep.
He was nobody, and now he's the mayor of HHN. So,
Yes, there we go. No, I 100% agree. Um, this is like a great way to introduce our own icons. Like this would work big time, bringing Hollywood Harry back. We haven't seen Hollywood Harry with his actual makeup. We've only seen it in the freaking like videos,
in the promos, yeah, that's
in
Yeah.
the
true.
promos. And like seeing how great they did with Art the Clown's makeup for the roaming art, dude. Imagine what they could do with Hollywood Harry. Imagine what they could do with if they brought Jack the Clown. Like, dude, this I feel like that and just in general, if you had like those two characters, or even like you
Yeah,
said, Freddy
yeah.
Krueger, bro. Like even Freddy Krueger, like that you can kind of get away with a mask, I'm pretty sure like the company's I'm for Immortal Mask, I'm pretty sure
Maggie or Immortal,
has
yeah,
or
yeah.
Maggie has a pretty solid Freddy Krueger mask too. So it's not that hard for them to get.
I was even thinking with Hollywood Harry because
Uh-huh.
the story is he got fired and he wanders like City Walk area and whatnot, the front of the park.
Yeah.
If they had a Hollywood Harry right past security around the Globe area, kind of like
Oh,
That
pissed
would be
off that
cool.
Universal fired him, and it was this whole thing, whole big not production, but this whole story, and then you go inside and you see him, and he's like, "Oh, he made it inside." Has his own house, has his own scare zone. I think
there you
that'd be
go.
pretty sick.
He's
And then
outside
out,
just doing.
yeah,
He's doing the Eric Andre. Let me in.
there you go. And then while you're exiting, he's there to take a survey. So they can bring Blumkamp back. They got him doing surveys now too. Let's go to the chat a little bit. So we have this one right here. Pinhead's not really a chase after you kind of guy. He mostly just aura farms. Yeah, but also that would work. That would work. If you think
Yeah,
about it, there was times, that but also you do need a character that's running around because the thing is like the moment Art the Clown or the moment his like support started noticing like big groups of people showing up, like it was time for him to move, right? Like that is a thing for sure. So I can understand with the Pinhead, but if he has his one little spot, and maybe meet and greet area with Pinhead, I think that'd be cool. Albert Larry Larva. Yeah, dude. Start reintroducing our own Hollywood icons would be sick. Scarlet, I won't be the same without Art. Look, I don't think it's the end of art. Let's be real, guys. Like, I think Art the Clown will be back at the event at some point. Maybe not in 2026, but I think we will, with the success of Art the Clown, with the success of Terrifier, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again at our event. We also have this one right here from Jay. The grabber roaming around while talking to you would be more terrifying than having Art the Clown. I guess the conversation aspect would add a little bit of extra fear to it, dude. That would be
apples and oranges type of thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Rob's saying he has to disagree. People loved it because it was art. He's super popular. People want to interact with the popular pop culture icons. We love Hollywood Harry, but not your average HHN goer. Fair.
But they
very
could,
fair.
But they
could. They
Like-
can learn to love
Like what
it,
you
all
two
right?
brought up with Edgar Allan Crow. You just gotta feed it to the
Gotta put
people.
them out there. Yeah, just let the people decide.
Yeah.
Test it out. Like, what do you have to lose, right? Like, you already kind of have it set up where, this year, that, okay, you have to have like 4 to 5 cast members ready to be Art the Clown. So kind of save that spot, I would say, for like this next year and try with a different kind of character. So yeah, I hope we continuously see a roaming character. I really think like it's something that is going to be successful for years to come. A roaming Michael Myers, I agree, would be really sick to see. Any kind of like Titan of Terror, a roaming Leatherface. He has the freaking chainsaw, I think would be so cool, So yeah, I agree. That would be awesome. Now this is one of the last ones right here. Love the Terror Tram, but I'm ready for a new theme. Blumhouse is starting to feel like the new Purge there every year. I still enjoy it, but I love to see something fresh. John Murdy responded with, "You will." So is he saying you will see something new, or you will see something fresh? Because I feel like that's two different things right there. Because we can see something fresh with Blumhouse rather than seeing something new. What do y'all think?
I think it's
a little cryptic. You will.
For me, I think it's both the same thing, new and fresh. It won't be Blumhouse, hopefully. I think a creep show Terror Tram would be pretty sick.
That'd be successful.
And you could have different stories throughout the whole Terror Tram path. And yeah.
That would be cool. Creep show for sure. Yeah.
John, what do you feel? Yeah. I feel like this year was an experiment for the Terror Tram and them kind of branching out from, because like the Terror Tram has been the same path for the most part, but then also like the same setup, right? There were never any like scare spots like there were this year. They never really had triggers. This year, I think, was an experiment to see A, if it could work, and B, how well it could work. And I think it worked pretty well, man. Like all the section in Bates Motel, even the section at the end of the Blumhouse tram of the trail before you got into the reload station to go back to the actual studio tour depot. I want them to keep that energy up because, like, listen, 100%. I don't necessarily need to be at the Bates Motel. Like, I it's cool, but if they just built a maze there, and if they built a maze that's like in the area where they had us behind the Bates Motel, like if they built actual maze pieces there, then it wouldn't matter that you're at the Bates Motel because you're enclosed, you're immersed, you're encapsulated in this area. And just scare the shit out of me. That's all I want at the end of the day. So I think it's very doable.
Yeah. I really like the little addition of like, the mini mazes or like the mini sets that are going on.
That's the energy. That
is 100% the energy that we need. Rob would love to see a Squid Games one. I don't know if it's possible, but I would love to also. Question for you guys. Would you guys want to see a Titan of Terror's Terror Tram again?
I don't think so.
Nico. This is why we're friends, Nico.
There you go.
I think the War of the World set was the best utilized during Titans of Terror, because you had all the different versions of Freddy, and it was just silly and fun. But besides that, I don't need to see the Titans of Terror and the Terror Tram again.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I
it's
like
done.
them, but it needs to be different. And don't give me the same stuff that we saw, with the base motel and like the arrows and the people and the fences. Like, just give me something that, if you're gonna do it very different, very different.
Yeah, just no more Purge, for God's sakes. I agree, Albert.
Oh, it'll be back, Albert.
Terrifier Tram is interesting. That is very interesting. But I like, Scarlett, I really like your idea with the Ultimate Clown Chaos featuring Killer Clowns and Hollywood Harry. And then, of course, if they want to bring Art the Clown back, you could easily throw that into the mix, because this ain't the end of clowns. No. We'll see clowns again and again at Horror Nights and even other haunt events, because clowns to this day are still very scary. And one of the final ones over here, this one was just more, I wanted to throw this in there because, God, I would love to see this maze come back. Creature asked again, if you could or would you ever bring Krampus or The Shining back to the event, but with changes? John Murdy said, I wouldn't change anything about Krampus. There's a section we didn't do in The Shining that I would like to do. Creature asked, what was the section? Was there a technical reason behind having a projection effect? And he was saying it was the hedge maze. Wrong. So I'm assuming he wanted to get deeper into the hedge maze experience, which I think I agree, because I remember seeing Orlando's hedge maze and how superior that was going on in there. But yeah, so gents, which of these two, this is more like a question just for you guys, which of these two would you rather see come back, The Shining or Krampus?
Krampus was perfect to me, so I would not want to see that back, because I don't think I could have the same experiences in there the second time around. But The Shining, I think I would love to see back. I think the elevator scene was absolute garbage, and
it was so bad.
They need to redo that. But besides that, a majority of the house was very, very, very good, and I loved it. So I would love to see that come back. So yeah.
I did always find it interesting that we enter the hedge maze and then we enter the hotel, like as the facade. Like, I love the facade is great, but like, I don't know, going from hedge maze straight into the house or straight into the hotel into Overlook Hotel. I don't know. I was interesting.
But it was like we didn't even enter the hedge maze. We just went through a hedge maze facade, and then it was the red rum door right away.
Yeah, then it was like the typewriter room or whatever. Like the walls were already filled with the words that Jack Torrance was leaving behind. So, what about you, John? What are you thinking?
I think Krampus would be the answer for me, man. Yeah, because that one, to your point, Nico, it was perfect for me. So I would like to see it again. It's one of those where, like, it just visually, it's a lot of fun. Given the choice between these two, I think it's Krampus, because The Shining was cool, but even I knew back then that it didn't like really hit for me. It didn't really do it for me. And it would come back pretty much exactly the same way. And so I'm like, don't give me mediocre again, Poltergeist. Don't give me that again.
Yeah. I that's fair. And I think with the track record, right, like nothing would really change. And I agree with that, John. Like it would be the same thing. Unfortunately, I love The Shining. They're celebrating 45 years this year for The Shining. So yeah, I agree. I think Krampus would be the better. And I want Dank Slayer right here to also be able to experience it, because I feel like Krampus was one of those mazes that to this day still is in my top 5 mazes of all time for HHN, because it was perfect. Like Nico said, it was so perfect. Like everything to the T felt like you were in the movie. And so, yeah, I agree. Krampus was phenomenal. All right. Go for it, Nico.
Sorry. I would just like to see every maze that was in Parisian Courtyard. Well, majority of the mazes. I think the monstrous mazes we're fine with. Get a tent location. Like I would love to see Bride of Frankenstein Lives in a tent location, because we had Holidays in Hell do it, we had Halloween do it, and I think Halloween was a lot better in a tent than in Parisian. So yeah, my little 2 cents on that.
No 2 cents. Like it.
The
All
Parisian
right,
is
Ben.
a funky spot, man. It's a funky
It
spot
is,
for sure.
dude. I feel like Parisian is a funky spot. Oh God. H-Lot is so funky. It's just so funky. So there's
Just
a lot
how
of funky
Guar
spots going
sucks.
on, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of funky spots for our location. Speaking of funky spots, let's talk about those mazes in those funky spots. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The official maze rankings for Halloween Horror Nights 2025. This is how it's going to go down. So what's going to end up happening is we're going to go through all 9. We are including Terror Tram also. We're going to talk about each one. Each person will start, and we're going to go through it. If you have a lot to add and talk about why it's in that spot. But we've done the initial rankings before on the Hauntline, and man, there was a lot of issues going on. There was a lot of disagreements for sure. So I want to see if anything has changed for you, gentlemen. So to start off, is everybody ready? I hope the chat also, if you guys want to throw in your final house and maze rankings, let us know too. But we are going to start with number 9. Number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to go first? Nico, John, who wants to go first? Number 9.
Nico, after
John.
you, friend.
No, you go
After
first, man. You go first.
Man.
You always let us go first on the Hauntline. It's time for you to go first tonight.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
On the
Thank
9th
you.
spot. So you can get
9th spot for me is Poltergeist. Poltergeist came back exactly how we left it. I mean, they didn't really improve much. Okay, they added a scare actor or two. Wow. Okay, great. It was still Black Wall Central. Yeah, Poltergeist didn't do much for me the first time, and it didn't do much for me this time either. So, yeah. Why'd you come back? Why'd you?
Why?
I told you not to
Why
come
you
back
back?
around these parts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And this goes back to what you were saying, John. Like when we bring back returning mazes, like there's nothing new that's gonna happen. And unfortunately, like with this one, yeah, it was yeah. Nico,
Yes.
what about you?
So my number 9 is Poltergeist as well.
Hey!
Absolutely nothing too special about that house. Black walls ruin a lot of it. I will give credit to the light up skull.
Yeah.
Puppetry. The puppetry in general. The graveyard scene was great. The new scare actor in the kitchen, nice. Very nice touch. Yeah. But besides that, there was no reason for this house to come back. Nobody asked for this. You could tell me that the president of Universal said this was the best maze that Halloween Horror Nights has ever done. I wouldn't believe you. This house had no reason to come back to this event. It was fine the first time, and that's it for me.
And Scarlett agrees too. No reason.
Scare actors, though, I give it to you 100%. Mm-hmm. Scare actors in every house and everybody involved to bring it to life. You all, A+.
Yeah. And I got to
This ain't about you guys. Believe me. This isn't the low ranking isn't because of you.
When we look at it, like when we look at the maze rankings, it's really like how I look at it is just like creativity, just how it flows also, if there's any good flow and stuff like that. And so I have to agree also. Poltergeist is in that final spot. The only saving grace, in my opinion, was, the final scares. They moved the headstones, but not the, the whatever. So that was it. And then when you see, so is it the dad who's the one who's showing off the drumstick? I don't remember which character.
No, it's one of the
paranormal guys.
One of the paranormal guys. Yeah. That I always thought was cool. The scare actor, you always killed it there because you would like kind of jump towards like the people in different ways. So yes, Poltergeist unfortunately is in number 9. And I'm seeing some of the same things. Let me pull it up real quick. Scarlett said, yep, I agree. 10 poltergeist. Rob saying, copy and paste John's list, and John we trust. We have Fallout as number 9. Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting. Dank Slayer said, my 9 is Jason. Got bad runs throughout the event, but very cool sets.
Oh, damn.
Story-wise.
I feel that, man.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks that you got.
I think all three of us were together when we had a bad run.
Terrible run.
Like 2 Jasons in that whole thing. And it was just Kaka
dude.
Central. So I'm sorry you had bad runs.
Yeah. Unfortunate. For sure.
Kaka Central and Bootyville, USA.
There we go. That was crazy you said that, because there was like a few people who just joined at that part. So if they probably just heard that, they're like, huh? All right, interesting.
Welcome everyone.
To Kaka Central and Bootyville, USA.
All right, number 8 this time. Here we go. Who's starting on number 8?
Terrifier. Number 8.
No
Terrifier.
way.
Listen. Okay, I will fight anybody about this. I don't care. I'm sorry.
Man.
This is one of your big draws. This is one of your big mazes. And the first thing you look at after you walk through a truly incredible facade is a plain gray hallway. And then you enter the worst prints I've ever seen in a house. Like, that's your second area. And then your third area is a giant Art the Clown head. Did that happen in any of the movies? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
did Rita Repulsa grow Art the Clown to make him fight a Megazord? No. What is happening? So get out of here with that, man. Listen, I'm not a fan of the IP from the get-go, but Orlando at least said, we're going to put you in a fun house, and you were in a fun house from beginning to end, wall-to-wall decor. It never broke that theming. I didn't understand where we were half the time in Terrifier Hollywood. I liked the meta gags. The meta gags are fun, but do that from the start. Make it meta from the start. Don't just throw in some random gags at the end. So, sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Dink Slayer says the cheese may begins. Yeah, well, see, John, at first, though, did you put that as number 9 last time, or was it 8 last time also for you?
I think it was number 9, or maybe it was 8. I think
maybe
it's
9
always,
or 8. But yeah.
Sorry,
Nico?
gang.
All right. This is going to be controversial.
Ooh.
But my number 8 is Terrifier as well.
Oh!
He's exactly what John said. You go through this fantastic, incredible facade of the Terrifier Funhouse.
Yeah.
Tell me what Funhouse has newspaper clippings? That was stolen from The Shining. And then the first kill was stolen from The Weeknd and The Horrors of Blumhouse. And then there were only 2 what? I can't even do my fingers right. There were only 2 original scares from the movie.
Joel from The Last of Us. Joel from we saw him. Like, come on.
The Last of Us kill.
Oh, you're right. The ripping back the Oh, I didn't think about that. The bloater scene.
Yeah, it was just a very
shit.
Mid.
Like, below mid for me. And I will say, all of the Terrifier scare actors, again, fantastic. You had the movements down of Art the Clown. I just wish I could have seen the expressions in your face when you were doing these kills, because those masks were absolute dog caca central Bootyville, USA. Like, those were the worst masks I've ever seen. Like, they actually went to Spirit Halloween and got those masks from that store.
And the animatronic, AJ's Day Off. And the animatronic. Yeah, man. Nico, cook, bro. Cook, dude.
Yes. It was so, the masks were so bad. And if
Yeah.
Immortal Masks made those or Maggie Effects made those, this was your bad one, guys. This was not good. The
Yeah.
masks were awful. Even if you cut out the eye holes and the mouth hole just to like let them have some sort of expression, I think it wouldn't be my number 8. I think that's why it's truly my number 8. Yeah, I really wanted to like this house, but when I got out of it the first time, I was like, that was not good. And I went through House of a Thousand Corpses in 2019, and I thought that was awful.
Oh, damn.
So that's my take on Terrifier. It was not good. I was honestly debating putting this at number 9 over Poltergeist, but
wow.
But at least Terrifier had some solid theming from beginning to end.
Yeah. I mean, look, House of the Year, huh?
Yeah,
House
for
of the
somebody.
Year.
For
Yeah.
somebody.
For a lot of people. For a lot of people.
Freaking Bobo Joe in the woods, I guess.
Well, I have to disagree with you guys. I will be putting actually the Blum Tram at number 8.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was a fun one. I like the new additions, but you know, it's a lot of the same stuff that's going on. The problem for me was the reuse of just the same Blumhouse characters that we've seen. The newest was that, you know, I really liked the grabber and the new grabber that they used from the second movie, and like the whole thing of just like, you know, being able to see very small scenes from, you know, the new movie. I thought that was really awesome. But then the rest of the time was just like old stuff that we've seen. Like it's reuse. And I was like, that sucks. That sucks. So that's why it's kind of ending up there for me. I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, Blumhouse, you are ending up in my number 8.
Very
All
fair.
right.
Very fair.
Yeah. I
Moving
agree.
on to number 7.
Number 7 for
John
me.
again. Oh, John, here we go.
Oh, it's gonna be John all the way through.
John all the way
Is this
through.
the order? Is this the order?
All right.
Okay.
John all the way through.
Number 7 for me is Fallout. Fallout was a pretty cool
Wow.
experience visually. Some cool sets. I mean, the bear alone is worth a ton of praise. However, as somebody who doesn't really follow the show, I had no clue what was going on. And listen, it's hard. I get it. It's hard to tell a story in that kind of environment. But, you know, didn't really scare me. Didn't exactly super wow me. You know, it's just, it was there. I think this would have been much more better utilized at FanFest nights instead of here at HHN. So
fair. Very fair to say that. Yeah.
I feel that.
Nico?
I think it would still be a great experience at FanFest nights. Just keep it up.
Sure.
My number 7, this was also a toss-up with the two, but I think it makes me kind of sad, but I think I'm gonna go with Scarecrow the Reaping.
Oh, wow.
Or Scarecrow Music by Slash in my number 7.
Dang.
No way.
Scares, fantastic. Sets, fantastic. But the only thing new to me in this house was the music. Everything was just pretty copy and paste in that location. And believe me, I got the most scared in this house for sure. But there is just nothing really new to bring me back to this house over and over again.
Wow.
Sure.
All right.
Scarecrow,
Wow.
music by Slash. Everybody, I love you to death. Like, I really do. You guys blew it out of the water, but just the music was the only thing new. And I just needed a little bit more freshness in the house, even though you're a rotting old farmhouse.
Dang. That's shocking because I don't think you put Scarecrow so low initially. Wow.
Well, I think the first one, I think it was like my second to last.
Oh, was it? Okay. All right.
But then it moved up midway through the season. But then I had a lot of
Wow.
reflection, a lot of Aaron Rodgers reflection in a dark room.
You reflected a little bit, eh? There we go. Well, I have to agree with one of you for my number 7, and that is with John. Fallout
All right.
is at number 7 for me. I really agree with that too. It's like this would be super successful for FanFest nights. The scare wise, it wasn't there. The bear was awesome to see. I really liked the bear. But it felt really short also. The maze felt so short for me.
Yeah.
And I know that spot UBE is not a small area. Like it's especially now with UBE, it's completely cleared out. So I don't know, yeah, like this comment right here, Fallout was a nothing burger. I think that's fair to say. It was for the fans, it was cool probably to see the ghoul and seeing all the characters from the show. But I don't know. I don't think I want to see this return for like a season 2, kind of thing. So yeah. I don't know. I'll pass on that. All right. Number 6, gents. Number 6.
All right. Number 6 for me. I'm sorry, Mr. E. Wyatt 6, man. Now, I love the Wyatt 6. I love seeing them at HHN. This is only because I went and I saw Orlando's Wyatt 6, which was like the perfect telling of this story. And I understand that Hollywood doesn't really have the room to tell it like they did in Orlando. But the fact that we essentially only got the final act of Orlando's story is kind of a bummer because, I wanted so much more from this. However, again, it was really cool to see the characters in a horror environment like HHN. I think I would love to see them come back. I mean, even if we got the ability to like retell the story using the actual Orlando treatment where we start at the event. I think, what was it, SmackDown that they came back on? We start on SmackDown or Raw, if I'm wrong. And then, we kind of go through the different eras of the Wyatt 6. This one was a little single note for me. And I just wanted a little bit more. But it was still cool. I know. I'm sorry, Rob.
Shocking. Poor Rob. You got some upset people here.
I know. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
That damn Orlando treatment, man. Ugh.
Oh, it was so good.
Dude.
Nico, what about you? Number 6.
Terrifier and Wyatt 6 in Orlando were just incredible looking. But my number 6 is gonna be the Terror Tram.
Okay.
Yeah, besides the Purge location and the repeat of lines every 1 second, I think this was a pretty fresh take on the Terror Tram. It was good to see kind of not a really new layout, but it just felt different. Like you had the grabber from the Black Phone 2 in the beginning, which was awesome. Insidious was kind of weird, but it was an experiment, it was a try, and they did it. Exorcist Believer was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying with the repeated lines again. That's for everything, but I don't know, it just felt different. I really like that Purge tunnel that you go through right after the Bates house. Norman Bates's house. That was cool. But yeah, I just wish we got Bagul in there. I wish we got the Wolfman that we were supposed to get last year. I'm not gonna let that go.
Yeah, man. And you shouldn't, because that was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame Orlando for that one, for ruining it for everyone. But
no. There we
Terror
go.
Tram, my number 6. It was fun, but I don't need Terror Tram back, or that theme at least.
Yeah, Blum Tram, take a break. So my number 6 is actually going to agree with chocolate. The industry plant clown. My number 6 goes to Terrifier.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it used to be in the top 5. It was actually like at number 3 initially. But it has dropped. I can agree that there's a lot of reuse in the house. However, I want to disagree on the part that it doesn't feel like we're in a fun house. I feel like they really truly stuck with that. Now, where I think that they really screwed the pooch, right, is that a lot of mixed signaling was going on with the whole water effect, with the whole, yes, Orlando was for sure going to have the wet path. But then also Murdy during the panels and stuff like that would talk about, oh, you don't have a choice. Oh, you're going to get wet. And then there's a freaking sign outside of the front that says, you will get wet or whatever kind of thing like that. No, you're fine. Like, honestly, it was like, if you could get hit by the chainsaw that's coming at you, which sometimes there was water that would be shot at you, not all the time. Trying to think what other one. Oh, the machine gun room, like that, or what was the bleach room?
Yeah.
That was another area that you got shot with water. When the cast members getting their throat slit, that was another area. But it was just like big broken promise there. And also Albert brings up a great point here. Touching the heart.
Oh,
remember how that was a thing at the beginning of the year where they talked about like, oh, don't touch the heart, you're gonna see something. But then it actually became something where it's like, no, actually don't touch the heart. Like, don't, like, leave it alone. Like, so yeah, there was a lot of I don't know, misleading, I guess, or mixed signals or something with this house. And then again, the masks. Yeah. I wish we could have, and I can understand how that's more like it's for a time reason. Like, there's not enough time to get everybody with the makeup or whatever. But the mask, like, there's gotta be like, I'm gonna go on Etsy later today and like see, like, there's gotta be someone who makes some killer ones, or like even just like cut the eye holes or something, or the mouth area, so that there's a bit of there's some emotions to it,
Tim, I'm mystery. Sorry, I guarantee that there are better masks out there. There are. They just they lost the invoice. They went with the wrong supplier. I don't know, bro. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. Like, come on, all the money that you make off of Express, and you give us the AliExpress, the Temu masks. Come on, dude. Come on.
They were awful.
So the facade is incredible. That will go down in the history of facades for HHN for sure. But yeah, so this doesn't hit the top 5, but number 6 for me.
Dang! Wow.
Yeah. Not as low as you guys, but I don't know. The moment you brought up, John, that the whole bloater scene where like they reused that, I did not think about that. I'm like, oh shit! That wasn't.
I did really like the ambiance of Terrifier though inside, except for the ending or the Christmas hedge maze with the misters. Wasn't needed. I'd rather just get shot in the face with some water there instead of just damp curtains.
It was so damp in there. It was disgusting. But I guess
just don't wet me. I'm not scared of it. I'm grossed out. Like, but it's don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't hit me with air. Don't wet me.
Yeah. There we go. John said it. Don't wet him. Nobody wet John. Okay.
Stop it.
He's a gremlin. All right. Top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 now. All right, John. What hits the number 5 spot for you?
Number 5 for me is the Blum Tram, baby. Because listen, the Terror Tram has gotten incredibly stale for me. Incredibly stale over the years. This is the one year where they really said, hey, we're going to think outside the box a little bit. We're going to listen to feedback, and we're actually going to try to make it a little bit more scary. So I cannot fault them for actually going and trying to go above and beyond what they've done every single year, because every other year it's fallen flat. So I think they're on a good path. I am still of the mindset of just get rid of the Terror Tram, get rid of the Terror Tram, put one more house somewhere at least, use that staffing in other places, use that budget in other places, like in the other two figures in Five Nights at Freddy's. But, I digress. It was an improvement this year, and I give them kudos for adding to that. So they're on the right track. They're on the right track.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. That's a whole freaking team. There's 2 teams for the Terror Twins. So that is a lot of scare actors that could totally.
And the blackouts and the people for the Terror Tram, like the tram loading and unloading. That's a ton of money. Stop it. True. Like, go put it somewhere else, man.
Gas for the trams, gas for the chainsaws, gas.
Sure.
When you fart. Just lots of gas, lots of Blum Tram gas.
Not for the trams, though.
For some of them. That's true. That's true.
There you go.
Our power grid is failing, mystery. We can't use the trams anymore.
Not the grid, bro. Not the grid. Number 5, Nico. Number 5.
Number 5. Top 5. We are entering the lower lot again. And this one is for WWE, The Horrors of the Wyatt 6.
All right.
It was a very enjoyable house. Abby the Witch always scared me. Huskus the Pig Boy, like all of them were
Big Boy,
fantastic. Like all the scare actors and everyone in the house were A+. Again, kudos to you guys. But if I never looked up the Wyatt 6 or what it was about, I would have been lost as hell. I would have been like, what?
Okay.
What is going on? Why? What are these weird light up monsters? If I didn't know they were fireflies, I would have been so confused why they're in there. Why am I like going into a witch's like a cave, and then I'm in a warehouse. Now I'm in a attic. It didn't transition well for me.
Okay.
Fair.
And I'm mad at you, Horror Nights. I don't know if it's because of like contractual or what. There was not one Abby the Witch in any of your promo shots.
Yes, Nico. Yes. Yes.
That made me like for some reason so mad. Like,
yeah, dude, come on.
The only female, just put her in there. At least like Alexa Bliss or something. It was just But I did really enjoy the soundtrack, the ambiance of the house and everything, but just it was very middle of the pack for me.
Okay. All right. Albert agrees with you too, Mr. Nico, that it ends up in the number 5 spot. Good house, bad location. Ooh, that location did kind of screw the pooch for sure. So my number 5 actually is going to go to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow.
Number 5, Five Nights at Freddy's. It was cool. The facade was awesome. Seeing Freddy Fazbear, seeing all the puppets.
Say it to his face.
Say
it to his face.
It's been said to his face. Mr. Fazbear. The puppets were really cool. The little animatronics that they were able to do was awesome. But man, that line, conga line galore for sure. And this is the one thing that I always hated about Orlando was the conga line. But with this house particularly, it screwed it up for me. Like if you're walking through this house, stuck in a long line, which was every single night, you didn't get to enjoy all the scares right away. Like it was very hard, especially with the puppeteers visibly there, it was hard because they moved their arms, and then the two people in front of you got the scare, and they stopped moving the arms, and then you'd get there, and then they start moving the arms again. So like the motion wasn't fully there with the puppets. Yeah, and then of course not seeing the extra two animatronics for the band at the front. Yeah, that did sting a little bit. But I do think this is setting up for more FNAF in the future. They're still selling the freaking pizza and cupcake in the park. So we're going to be seeing
crazy.
FNAF more for sure. Just like Terrifier, we'll see that again. So, but yeah, top 5 has still hit the top 5 for me.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Number 4, gents. Here we go, John. Number 4.
Number 4 for me is Scarecrow, music by Slash. Now, I loved Scarecrow when we got it the first year.
Yeah.
It's still for me pretty strong because at the end of the day, like, listen, we're here to get scared, and you're gonna get scared in Scarecrow for sure. They're gonna get you, and the cast was always super intense. I do feel like the score by Slash was a step back. Like, that's why it's not like higher on my list. I think had we had the original score and just the house as it was when we first saw it, it would have been top 3 again. Because it is like a pretty, especially for Hollywood, it's a pretty damn good house. But yeah, the score, I mean, most of the time I was just laughing through it. Like, we're, all of us, when we're going through it, we're like doing the hammer every time we're going, like, that's all I thought of when I was in the house. I wasn't even getting scared because I just heard the hammer. That's all I heard. So yeah, a step down, but still an amazing house. So Scarecrow, good shit.
All right. Fair. Nico, number 4.
Yeah, mine number 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Monstros 3, The Ghosts of Latin America.
Okay.
Right.
Honestly, this felt like extremely fresh. Like, I love the layout. It didn't feel like your typical Monstros house that we had the past few years. Just entering that plaza area with the fountain, it just felt very different. I didn't feel like I was in Parisian Courtyard, unlike other mazes when I'm in there. What's her name?
Siguanaba.
La Siguanaba.
Oh, the cards.
La Siguanaba. I loved that mask. That was the coolest mask with the jaw chomping.
Yeah,
I wish we got a little bit more of La Siguanaba. And then La Llorona is just terrifying. The Hollywood version of La Llorona is just scary. Everyone who portrayed the role of La Llorona, A+. Like, you guys nailed it. And I love that window scene. Like, that was a cool new take for La Llorona. But yeah, everybody in that house, fantastic. And the ending was kind of butts with just the black hallway, but I'm not gonna lie.
Are you afraid of the dark, bro? Are you afraid of the dark? That's what he's asking you. Now you are.
No, please. But and then going into the Brujas after that, fantastic.
Oh, dude, we had so much fun in that scare zone.
Love the Brujas.
Brujas, what a great addition. My number 4, I have to agree with one of you again. And in John We Trust, Scarecrow, music by Slash does end up there for me. I like the addition of the music. I like the little storytelling, adding more to King Crow with the song. I think it gave a bit of a meaning more to Scarecrow because there's a story now. Back in the day when we had Scarecrow the first time, like, if you weren't at the Midsummer Scream panel, like, you didn't know that much of like what was going on. The scares are iconic for this maze still. The just having like the the burlap sacks, like just like the
Yeah.
whatever that material is, and just they go both sides jumping out at you. I think
Yeah.
this maze also does great with the fake walls. Like I don't know how many of the mazes they still do that, but like this one, it's a classic where you're walking down the hallway, fake walls, opens the door, like opens them up, and they both come at you. Yeah. Scarecrow, I mean, phenomenal maze. You will, like John said, you'll get it scared in this one every single time. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Dink Slayer also has Scarecrow the same, but Five Nights at Freddy's would have been higher if all three were on stage. And I saw that earlier too from Toffsley. At least Orlando had a scene with the whole gang on stage. Scariest thing about this was the wait time. That's true. With Five Nights at Freddy's, the wait time was horrendous for sure. All right, top three, gents. Here we go. The top three. This is it. Once you solidify your top three, for every year, it'll be like that forever. It's like that.
No going back. Oh,
no going back. No going back.
You just made me so nervous right now.
No going back. I will hold you to this, Nico. Yeah, I will hold you to this. You're number three.
Number three for me, Monstros Tres. Because listen, they did make some pretty cool additions to this. I do hate that we got some of the similar La Llorona scenes as before, but the changes they did make were pretty good. I agree with you, Nico. I think the La Ciguanaba got the short end of the stick, as that portion of the maze usually does for whatever reason. And listen, Parisian Courtyard is a very tough spot. There's buildings there that's the building. That's how they're laid out. You're not going to demolish it for HHN. So it is a footprint that's very strange. I am, however, and again, this is another one of those where, like, if you go through it to get scared, you're gonna get scared because the actors were always incredibly intense in that. And like La Llorona, I mean, she was always giving it every night that I was there, man. So good stuff. But yeah, number three, Monsters Tres.
Very fair. Very fair. I agree. Well, spoiler. I'll just throw it in there quickly. Yeah, I agree with you, John. Monsters 3, like that goes there for sure. Love seeing Muerte. I really like that little scene that they did with Muerte and Oscura at the end, where he blows out the cat, and then of course La Llorona. Dude, the makeup the makeup team kills it with La Llorona. And there's a TikTok I saw of like the makeup team putting it on, and I'm like, dude, that is a process, but it's so freaking cool. So, if La Llorona doesn't come back in a maze, if they keep reusing the plaza as an area, you can have La Llorona over in that area too, because I think the detail and just how great the character looks, it's something we can't fully lose, right? So Monsters 3 is number 3 for me. All right, Nico, you're number 3. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're perfectly fine. Nothing to apologize about. But my number 3 is also in the upper lot with Fallout.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hey. Wow.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
A lot of people poo-pooed on this maze, but I just think it was a fun maze from beginning to end. Line control, you ruined it a lot. I'm going to tell you out right now. Line control, you were the butts, you were the Bootyville, you were the Caca Central. I won. There's no point for me to go right up next to the sign. You did nothing. You saved the spot for 2 extra people. Congratulations. You did nothing. But when you first enter the vault and you have the I can't remember the names, the lady, the girl in her wedding dress, and then the husband or the groom coming out from the other side. Fantastic. I really loved all of the scares. I just think it was a very well themed house. The scares were fantastic. I loved all the ghouls that popped out at you from the wasteland. The bear, the Yao guy was fantastic. Opening night, the T-armor was super short, but they stretched him out a little bit. I wish there was more Maximus in the house, maybe one more Maximus in there. But then going into like the Super Duper Mart was super cool. Again, I can't remember the girl's name. Is anybody in the chat help me out, please? Please.
Is it like Wendy? Why is Wendy coming to my mind? I don't think it's that though. Don't listen to me. Keep going, Nico.
I wouldn't tell you.
But her popping out with the defibrillator was super cool. And then all the ghouls popping out. Lucy. Thank you. All the ghouls popping out of the freezers and the fridge. Like, it was awesome. And then the end with the Elvis ghoul, super hilarious. Yeah, I just really liked how this house looked, and we got different scenes, more scenes, I think, than Orlando, it feels like. Maybe, I don't know. That could be a lie.
I never saw Orlando's, but I don't think people in Orlando liked it, right?
No,
they didn't. But also, listen, Orlando is very spoiled. They're very spoiled.
They are. But yeah, I like the graveyard with the ghoul popping out of the coffin, the Yao guy and Maximus and the T-Armor guy yelling, "Shoot him!" Hilarious. Yeah, I just thought this was a very fun maze from beginning to end. The black wall transitions, this is why you're actually number 3 for me.
Oh.
But besides that, like what John and Mystery said earlier, I think this would be fantastic if they kept it for FanFest nights, or if it was just a FanFest night experience, because it wasn't too scary, but it was still very enjoyable for me.
Okay,
very fair. Dank Slayer said they agree with you. Originally in my number 4, but other mates passed it later in the season. And I think it was like, we kind of talked about that on the Hotline live stream last time, is that a lot of these events, they do kind of, once they get the everything rolling, right? Like you start
the rhythm, right?
The rhythm, there's things that they can just like fix a little bit. And so it's changing throughout the season. And so that's why it's like, if you're able to go to events multiple times, that's where it helps out a lot. All right. The top 2, here we go. The final 2, John.
Number 2 for me is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now I agree. The intro, brother. The fact that we didn't get those other 2 figures up on that stage is forever going to piss me off, and it's forever going to stay with me that like they ruined it. However, I think as far as like kind of encapsulating the experience of going through the pizzeria, as far as like screen to actual house, like they did a great job translating it. I agree. It wasn't the scariest house in the world. That could have been upped a little bit more. However, I got such a kick out of seeing all those figures throughout the house, being up close to all the characters, seeing them face to face. Like, as a fan of the characters and of the franchise, that alone for me was enough to carry it forward. There was a reason why, this was always a crazy long wait. People love Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think they would be stupid to not bring back this franchise for the second movie, especially with the direction that they're taking the second movie of kind of like retconning and being like, oh, we're going to the real pizzeria now. Yeah. I think there's an opportunity here to do something really cool. And also, this one, Five Nights at Freddy's, is going to go down in history as the first time that we got an exact copy and paste of an Orlando house, turn for turn, almost essentially. And it's cool. It's cool to see that kind of synergy because the design in Orlando is just so top notch. I want to see it in Hollywood more. I want to see what they can do with our spaces. So Five Nights at Freddy's is great. Of course, not the most scary. If next year it comes back, they can step up the scares. I think it would be pretty perfect.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, there's so many new characters with Five Nights at Freddy's 2 also. And then I know they were doing like a little press junket showing off like the toy Freddy and the toy Chica. And like, there's people actually moving in those costumes. I was like,
come on.
Interesting. Would we see
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that? Very possible. All right,
Yeah.
Nico, you're number 2, bud.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
snap.
one was tough. I was kind of flipping it back and forth in my head a little bit. But I think I'm going to go with Five Nights at Freddy's as well.
Hey.
All
Again,
right.
this was design-wise, theme-wise, this was absolutely perfect from beginning to end, except for that opening scene.
Mm,
There's no excuse to not have the 2 other animatronics up there at all. If you're already making 2 for Orlando, make 2 more for Hollywood.
very fair.
Like, just do it.
Jim Henson Studios, I'm pretty sure, is here in California.
Yeah.
If anybody shouldn't have gotten them, it's Orlando. We're in their backyard. Okay, anyways, I'm
Yeah.
going to calm down.
No,
I'm going to calm down.
I agree. But
A lot of complaining for your number 2.
Hey.
I will actually say the scares were pretty solid in this house.
Really?
Having Freddy
Yeah.
Fazbear walking towards you with those big metal footsteps, pretty freaking creepy. A lot of the ghost children kept catching me off guard. Like when you would right before you would go to the Bonnie kill scene with the guy.
Yeah.
Right after Freddy Fazbear walking towards you, there'd be a Freddy kid popping out behind that door. Kept forgetting about him, so he kept scaring me. The awkward thing though, a little bit, I understand why, but was just the cables above each animatronic's head,
Yeah.
which was a little weird.
Oh, okay.
Seeing the puppeteers behind the animatronics, like I would try my hardest not to look behind.
Right.
I'd be like, yeah, Freddy. But then right when I would look away, like me and a puppeteer would make eye contact, and I'd be like, oh God, no.
Making eye contact is so funny, dude. I remember doing that twice, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I shouldn't be looking.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think this was one of the most like perfect houses through and through that Horror Nights has done. Just thematically, and like John said, this was almost like 99.9% an exact replica of Orlando's house. And we just need more of that. Hollywood just needs to put the faith in this event and give us some high quality content. And this was one of them, besides the 2 missing animatronics. But yeah, I really love Five Nights at Freddy's. Way more than I thought I would. And Foxy is my number 1 now. I love you, Foxy.
And Phantom agrees too. Going to the Five Nights at Freddy's maze was a fun experience. FNAF was literally my childhood, like everybody else. And I think that was like, it was truly a fan service, that maze, for sure. And so, I think, go for it.
I was just going to say, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I think this would be another thing that would be fantastic at FanFest nights. Just
true.
Yeah.
Puppetry and everything. So good.
Yeah.
No, I think, because the scare level wise, it wouldn't terrify somebody. And also, like, even like, if you were to have this as a FanFest thing, like, you could easily make it more of a pulsating room situation where you have a scare actor or of some sort, like, kind of leading you through each room. So that way it changes it up a little bit. And that way, and then, like, for the kiddos, like, if you want to bring them through FNAF, you can. But yeah, I think very fair, very fair. I got Freddy running at me full speed at once in this moment. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so my number 2 is actually a bit of a change, and that is actually going to go to the Horrors of the White Six. My number 1 has been overthrown.
Wow.
Yes, it has. Look, not being able to see the full facade really effed me up, man. I was like, I wish I wanted to admire it. I kind of agree, Nico, a little bit of the idea of, like, if you don't know enough of the Horror of the White Six, you might be confused. But for me, it's if you're not listening to like, the sounds, or like when you're entering the certain areas, you might miss out of the storyline. And that goes back to them not playing the videos before you go into the maze.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they had videos playing out throughout the screens by Jurassic World, you could easily be able to hear the story instead of having to listen to like this guy screaming the buzzard, or Abby the witch and stuff like that. But for fan service, again, this was phenomenal. I freaking loved it. Still, the little Easter eggs of the wrestling shirts inside of the house, I'm really happy they did that. Seeing the Fiend, that mask was chef's kiss. All of the masks were phenomenal in this maze.
Yeah.
I was so worried when we were going into this, when they announced this, that like this house would be the one that it gets the brunt. It's gonna not have a lot of money go to it, lots of black walls, all that kind of stuff. But no, they really killed it. It was a fan service. It was truly for Bray. Seeing the lanterns was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I still really enjoy this one. So that's why it's still at number 2. But I wish the storyline was playing on those screens, especially Bo Dallas recorded things for Horror Nights. And the fact that they played it on the wall next to the maze that has nothing to do with WWE, like, and then the wall also, like you were saying, looks, with the projection, looked terrible. Plus the wall has all this water damage, this brand new wall, which scares me a little bit. But yeah, so I still number 2 though. Number 2 for me goes to the Horrors of the White Six. I think that leaves the number 1 to the same thing for everyone.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
believe so. I believe so.
John, what's the number 1? What is it?
Jason Universe, baby. This one was just such a nice surprise. I thought this was going to be the POS black wall writing, just like quickly written, whatever. I thought it was going to be Legacy of Leatherface, where it's just going to be like random kills the whole time. But boy, was I surprised for this to have an actual original story that was really clever. I love it anytime that these events acknowledge the fandom and acknowledge the speculators and acknowledge the YouTubers. Like, it's great. So to take that story and to take, something very real with the dark tourism and put it into a house with a character like Jason was perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Nico?
Yeah. The only reason why I was flipping between Five Nights at Freddy's and Jason Universe was because with Five Nights at Freddy's, if there's not a scare actor or a puppeteer behind the puppet's still there. I still feel like I'm a part of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. But if Jason Universe is missing a lot of scare actors, you feel it, and it's kind of disappointing. But like John was saying, like, I thought this was going to be the Black Wall house. I thought this was going to be like the Terrifier kill house, where all of the kills in this house were going to be the repeated kills. But honestly, a lot of the kills in this house were fresh, were new, were fantastic. That bow and arrow scene in the barn, absolutely incredible. I really loved this house. It was scary. It was well themed for it being in the woods, which is shocking. I was scared we were going to get some Ash versus Evil Dead BS, where it's just black walls with a few vines on the wall. But I just threw it. This was the whole package for Halloween Horror Nights 2025 for me. Just having Jason back in general is great.
No, I agree. I mean, bringing Jason back, seeing all the different forms of Jason too, like the different masks,
Yes.
I really like the Pepper's Ghost effect that we saw.
Yes.
Like the little mask in the corner, and then also, seeing the character, the Jason. I don't even know which Jason that is, but it's like the 5th Jason, whatever. But the arrow kills insane. The smells in there were awesome. The little campfire smells. It was just like, it was so much fun. Like, it was very campy, and like every kill that we saw, we'd be like, oh my god, like we couldn't believe it. And so I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to miss it for sure. And this is where, like, kind of circling back to walk around characters, Jason Voorhees would be a great one. I mean, those kills were awesome, that you could easily have that going on throughout the park. And I can't wait to see what A24 does now with Jason, since they own the Jason universe. And they're gonna have the Camp Crystal Lake show and all that kind of stuff. So excited for that. We have Chocolate Put also. Their number one is Scarecrow. I'm not gonna say that word, but it's a repeat, and it's just an ideal maze. It was great. Albert, Terrifier. Art was perfect for HHN, and I agree. Art was made for HHN. Art was made for HHN. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this very long live stream. But there was a lot to talk about. And for those of you who were able to join the live, thank you so much. And those who are watching the little replay, well, enjoy. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. John, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, man, it's at the Hauntline on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then youtube.com/the Hauntline. Big up.
Oh, I did not hear anything. Sorry. You can find me at the Entertainment Connection, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and all those places. A lot of Christmas stuff coming up if you love Christmas, but you're here for Halloween, so you probably don't. So either like my stuff or don't. I'll cry if you don't. Thank you. Bye.
And be sure to keep a lookout on both channels for the Hauntline and TLEV, as we will be going live more as more news comes out. We know speculation maps will they're going to be cooking up a little bit, sizzling up a little bit. So again, all HHN stuff, check out all of our channels. And if you like anything theme parks, go ahead and check out TLEV Media. And with all that being said, my name is Mystery. That was Nico. That was John. And we'll see you guys on the next extraordinary adventure.